Bada bing, bada boom. Social Inform Media.
This story comes to us from MLive.com. That's right, MLive. So we're going back to Michigan for this one. And it's from September of last year, where a man walking in a Saginaw street out of Saginaw, Michigan, suddenly hears a voice tell him, "Freeze!" Now, he did not see the flashing lights of a police vehicle telling an investigator everything happened so quickly. Within seconds, a Michigan State police trooper took the pedestrian to the ground, pummeling him with fists and knees. The action was so abrupt, even the trooper's partner seemed in awe, says the man. Now, as the beaten man was booked in the jail, he looked in the trooper's eyes, and he said the trooper seemed happy and unconcerned about getting into trouble.
Yes,
Time out. Alright, hold on. Time out. Stop. I ain't even doing nothing. I'm not even doing nothing. Y'all got y'all cameras on? Yep. Please don't. Put your hands behind your back. Time out. Put your hands behind your back. Come on, tell them to do that to me. Hey! Get out of the gun. Hey! Help! Off my fucking face, bro. I can get my hands behind my back, bro. I can get my hands behind my back. Why is all with my... Hold on, time out. Stop, man. Roll over.
Now, the assaulting trooper in question is Paul E. Arrowwood, and he's now charged with 2 criminal offenses. That's right, the trooper's been charged, stemming from the September 4th interaction with Michael D. Wilson. The Michigan State Police, in the interest of transparency, released body camera footage of the incident and the resultant investigative report. In his report, Arrowwood wrote he and a fellow trooper were on patrol in Weber Street near Julia Street in Saginaw's south side when they saw the man walking on Weber. Although a sidewalk was available, he was walking in the roadway. Now, Arrowwood wrote he exited his vehicle and approached the pedestrian, telling him to stop and put his hands behind his back. Throughout the 6 paragraphs describing his interaction with Wilson, Arrowwood wrote the civilian engaged in active resistance 10 times. Arrowwood wrote he took Wilson to the ground because he was ignoring his verbal commands and he did not know if Wilson was armed. Said Wilson landed on his stomach and then attempted to stand up. Now, prosecutors declined to charge Wilson with the crime, and he was released from the Saginaw County Jail in the afternoon of September 6th, so he was in jail for a whole day, 2 nights in custody. The Michigan State Police on September 30th suspended Arrowwood. The same day, a Michigan State Police professional standards complaint was forwarded to MSP First Lieutenant Michael Anderson for a criminal investigation. As part of his probe, he reviewed the video footage recorded by the troopers' body-worn cameras and their patrol vehicle cameras. Transcription of the footage timestamp dialogue is contained in the police report.
Good. I swear to God, I'm suing your bitch ass. Bitch ass nigga. You fake ass, pop ass nigga. Oh God, you a bitch. Oh God, you a bitch. You see him with my ass, right? I ain't got no gun, never had no gun. On me, on my kids, on my fucking kids. He should beat my ass. Man, get the fuck off me, you fake ass police officer. You a fake ass nigga.
Now, it says Arrowwood first told Wilson to stop at 10:46 p.m. 8 seconds later, he put his hands on Wilson's arm. 9 seconds after that, Wilson told troopers he wasn't doing anything. 19 seconds after addressing Wilson, Arrowwood took him to the ground in the ensuing scuffle. He repeatedly cursed at Wilson and told the other trooper to stun him with his taser. Boy, this cop, he was on patrol. He was looking for something, wasn't he? Man, it's a sure a quiet night in Saginaw. I wish we'd find somebody to tackle. Hey, there's a guy. I don't know. Another MSP lieutenant on October 27th requested Arrowood submit to an interview in the criminal probe. Arrowood declined to be interviewed and asked for a union representative. They want those union guys. Hey, the union guy will save my job. That police union, they're called a fraternity for a reason. Days later, attorney Paul Tilenda told Lieutenant Anderson he was representing Arrowood, and his client would not be amenable to an interview, nor would he provide a written statement beyond his initial incident report. Because he's in trouble, obviously. Lieutenant Anderson, on November 29th, interviewed Wilson, the victim, in the Saginaw County Jail where he was lodged on an unrelated matter. He's back in jail. The lieutenant advised Wilson anything he said would not be used against him related to the September 4th incident, and he did not read him his Miranda rights because he was interviewing him as a victim, not as a suspect. Now, Wilson was accompanied by his attorney, Joseph A. Albosta, and he said he'd been walking and, there we go. But Wilson here said he was screaming for help and asking Arrowood why he was doing it while the other officer watched. He should get charged too. Wilson said Arrowood didn't give him an answer that he could remember and was kind of laughing in his face like it was something he wanted to happen. Wilson did not recall having prior contact with Arrowood, he said. So there you go. The story's in the link below. I'm not going to drag this on anymore. But the thing is, without those body cameras, it would have been whatever the cop said. And since San Bernardino County doesn't have body cameras for their deputies, that's me.